So in previous video, we have discussed about how to create the 3D model and assigning sections there. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about how to define the loads here for the 3D model. And one more thing, in before video, I set the number of stories to 6, but we got 4 here because while explaining, I have taken custom over there, custom option, and again went back to the original position. So because of that, there is a small disturbance here. So you can just define number of stories as per your requirement. So we will be doing a model for the 4-story building here. So coming back to this model, we need to define the loads like dead load and live load. Okay. So before assigning them, we'll make sure that we have created the required patterns here. Okay. So just click on define and you are going to have the load patterns option here. Okay. So by default, dead and live are created here. Okay, they will be available here in default. And if you want to create a new one, just define the name over there and you can create the type of that load and you can apply the self-weight multiplier and you can just modify if it is a lateral load. Okay, so right now what I want to explain is, so by default, whatever the dead load pattern is there, and if you want to create any extra floor weights or wall weights, that can be created in dead load, and the self weight of the structure is considered in the dead load pattern. You can observe that under self weight multiplier we are having 1. That means the self weight is also considered. Okay, so for example, if you want to consider self weight for seismic, in that again we can go for this one. How much multiplier you want to assign, you can apply that here. Okay, for by default dead load, we are going to apply the self-weight multiplier as 1 here. And right now I'm not going to create any pattern since the required patterns are already available here. Okay. So just click on OK and we can observe that for live load there is no self-weight multiplier. Since self-weight will be coming under dead load, it is enough to provide self-weight multiplier as 1 in dead load pattern. Okay. So if you don't require any load, you can go for delete load. At present we require dead and live. So click on OK. And next, say I want to provide the wall loads and something like floor loads also under dead category. So in order to provide the wall loads, since we have taken 3 meter height, the height of the structure is 3 meters here. Okay. So I want to provide the wall loads on the beams. Okay. So for example, if we are considering external walls on the external beams and internal walls on internal beams, I want to provide that value on the beams. Okay, so that can be done by using the assign option and we can go for frame loads. So before applying the frame loads, we need to select the frames or the cross sections for which we need to apply the load. So what I'm going to do is just go for select option, go for select menu and select option, and you can go for object type or you can just go for properties. Instead of object, you can go for properties. So what is the difference between these two options is, if you are going for object type, we are selecting the beams, all the beams will be highlighted, but we don't all beams, right? We need certain cross section only. So what we can do is just go for select and click on select again and go for properties and click on frame sections, and from this list you can select the required beam section over there. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to select the beam 300 by 230, click on select and we can see that all the beams has been highlighted which we have created for this section. Okay, and click on close. Now we need to assign the wall load for this. Okay, so we'll calculate the wall load here. So how do we calculate the wall load? So considering the wall thickness as 0.23. Okay, so that is 230 mm thick wall, and into 1 for we are going to calculate per meter, right? So that is UDL. 0.23 into 1 meter into what is the height of the floor, 3 meters or whatever the height you are going to consider there, into unit weight of the brick. Okay, I'm going to consider the unit weight as 19 as per the code. Okay, 19, and the total value we are going to get is 13.11. Okay, so you can just make it as 13.2 also. So let us assign this value here. So click on assign and just go for frame loads and go for distributed loads here. And under load pattern, make sure that it is dead load here, and you can go for options add to existing loads, and under uniform load at the bottom left. Okay, so just define the value as 13.11 kilonewton per meter and click on apply and OK. So we can see that the beam has been, all the external beams has been assigned with 13.11. Okay, now I want to apply for internal beams, that is on this vertical y direction beams. I want to assign half of the brick thickness. Okay, I mean like a half of the wall thickness. So in that case what happens is, so 0.115 into 1 meter into 3 meter height into 90. Okay, so just we are going to get half of this value, that is 6.55. So I'm going to assign this value as 6.56 here. Before that we need to select the beams. Just go for the select and then go for select option and just go for property, and under this just go for frame selections, I mean frame sections, and select beam 230 by 230 and click on select and close. I want to assign the partial wall here. So just go for assign and click on frame loads, click on distributed again and make sure it is dead and go for add to existing loads, and the value is 6.56 here. Click on apply and click on OK. So those beams are being assigned with 6.56 kilonewton per meter UDL load. Okay, and I want to provide something around 2 kilonewton per meter square finishing loads on the floors. Okay, now I want to select the floors, and since all floors are of same material and same section, so what we can do is we simply go for object type. Of course you can go for properties option also. So I'm just going for floors here. Click on floors and select, and all slabs has been highlighted there. Okay, and then go for assign here, and you can go for shell loads and click on uniform. Okay, click on uniform and it is a load pattern name is dead, and the load I want to provide is 2 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, and it is again add to existing loads and direction is gravity. So gravity loads are nothing but they will be acting towards the downward. Okay, so if you want to provide any lateral etc, then you can go for global x, global y, or local x, local y. Okay, so click on apply and click on OK. So all these slabs has been provided with 2 kilonewton per meter square here. Okay, and the next thing is I want to provide the live load of 3 kilonewton per meter square on the floor. Okay, so again just go for select, click on select, properties or object type, and select the floors here, select and close. And the next thing is we can go for assign shell loads and click on uniform, and change the load pattern name to live load, and the value is 3 kilonewton per meter square. Add to existing load, replace means already existing loads, if there is an existing live load etc, that will be replaced with the present value. So make sure that if you want to assign the load with existing values, you can go for add to existing values here. So click on apply and OK. We got 3 kilonewton per meter square on the floors. Okay, and next thing is to combine these loads. I mean I want to create the combinations of this. So how do I create that? Click on define and just go for the load combinations here. Okay, so click on load combinations, and here we are having load cases also. We have created dead and live patterns which comes under the load case. If you want to add a new case, you can simply click on add new case and you can just define all these things. Okay, but right now let us see the load combinations first. So click on define and go for load combination option. Either you can add manually or as per code you can generate the default combinations there. So I'm just going for add default design combinations, and it is a concrete frame slab design, and you are having concrete slab design also. Okay, so if you want to design further, I mean like if you want to create your own combinations or you want to edit the existing combinations which are created by default, then you can click on this option convert to user combinations. So if you don't want to edit that further, then simply uncheck this option. Okay, so click on OK, and obviously we got four combinations here. So if you want to see, just select and modify show combo. This is 1.5 dead load, and this is so let us click on modify and dead load 1.5 dead load plus live load. Okay, so this is for slab and this is for UDLs. So click on show combination. Okay, so in this way we have created for frame and slab combinations here. If you don't want to apply any slab design, then you can simply uncheck them. Okay, while creating the add default design combos, no need to select the slab design. Simply you can go for concrete frame design. Okay, so just click on OK, and then we have to analyze the structure. So till here we learned that how to create the number of patterns here and how to assign the different material, different dead loads and live loads with respect to wall loads, and we have created the combinations for this structure. In next video, I'm going to discuss about the analysis and design of this 3D model.